Hello there folks, it is game number 4, Bomber versus TLO. Really crazy series so far. Every game has featured some form of early pressure from our zerg player here, wanting to throw Bomber out of his comfort zone. Terran is a macro machine, always going for fast economy. TLO is doing his best to punish it. We saw some fast lings. They weren't like super fast, there was still like 14 hatch lings. But he was able to do a little bit of denial and then move into some roach pressure and just keep Bomber contained. Bomber tried to just slow push tanks out with bunkers. Really smart burrow play from TLO, is able to deny a lot of that effectiveness. And just, even though he wasn't trading effectively, like when it comes to cost, he was throwing away a lot of roaches and hydras, just is able to keep the Terran, sitting back and uncomfortable. So we'll see what Bomber does to adapt in this game. He won game number 2, slightly longer game, when he finally got into his groove, got up on those 3 bases, got out the bio Widow Mine style that's really popular still, and was able to just slowly whittle down TLO. But it wasn't a decisive win by any stretch. And on the next game after that, Bomber tried to go a little bit more defensive. He might have gotten tanks just out of necessity, he may not have wanted to. But even then, they weren't able to really help him out enough with getting up to that 3 base level I think he wants to. And likely, because we're not seeing a gas, we're going to be seeing another fast command center out of Bomber. Because he's been able to get them essentially every single game and not really get into too much trouble right away. Hatch before pool. TLO probably feels extremely comfortable to do that. Last game, he did go for a pool first, just in case Bomber wanted to cheese. Kind of surprised Bomber isn't trying a cheese. But seeing every single game with a really big macro out of his opponent should tell him that he should either go for a really fast aggression or go for a higher economy himself. You see the money is just starting to pile up now. We should be seeing a low ground CC. Yep, there we go. And that'll be happening here right away as well. Marines being started. Be interested to see if there's a faster bunker this time out of Bomber. I think that would have helped him out with a couple of his games. The third game, obviously, the bunker didn't do too much against the massive amount of roaches. But it was still able to deflect some of the zerglings earlier on and so forth. Oh man, my neck is toast. Toast! Yes. Good chunk of minerals right now, but it's just for queens. I thought he might want to skip it and go for a third hatch, do something really crazy and out of the box. Particularly as Bomber has only once this game gone for any type of pressure before like the 10-minute mark. Levi's has an opportunity otherwise. Maybe we'll see a 3 barracks wall off here. I'm a big fan of it. He's actually making the command center on the high ground. We've seen him use it on the low ground in the past. That's really cute. That's kind of funny. I like that micro. Those kind of mind games are hilarious. Well, I don't know if it's a mind game, but it's like, build a marine. No, don't build a marine. I'm coming back. Overlord scooting around, trying to give a little bit of vision. I'm not too sure what we're going to expect out of TLO. We've seen him like to put on the earlier pressure. He doesn't know that the CC is being made right now, I'm pretty sure. No, he doesn't. There's the 3 barracks wall off. Now, because Bomber's been Baneling busted twice out of the first 3 games, and then Roach busted once, I'm sure he's very happy to play very defensively right now. We actually see these gases going down again, so I wonder if TLO's got the same build up his sleeve. Something tells me yes. And I think that if he scouts this, he should read into it that that wouldn't be the best strategy. It takes so many Banelings to knock down barracks. If you do knock them down, it's great, because that means that obviously you have the opportunity to kill most of the production. But that's not easy to afford. Speed has not been started yet for TL. There it is. I was going to say, there's a kind of a delay. He's got enough resources for it. I think he's actually just going to go for another hatch. I think he was playing with the idea of going for a Baneling bust. I think that's what he wanted to do. And then seeing that barracks wall off just tells him that that's not going to be good enough. So he's going to start moving that creep really aggressively and macro up fiercely behind this. Stim pack is started pretty soon. If we see the engineering base go down, pretty sure we won't see a really fast push out. You usually have to make a decision as a Terran player if you want to get up for those earlier upgrades. or you're going to play it out a little bit longer and focus on those engineering bays. SCV will actually make it in here for a bit of a scout. Really wants to see the lair timing if possible. He should be able to sneak in there and do that. Oh, worker. I'm sure he's so proud too. Like, guys, how many of you have killed somebody else before? You just pick up minerals. One barracks did get lifted out of the wall so that he could go and get another add-on for his buildings. I would have laughed my ass off though if that was just the opportunity that TLO was waiting for and then smashed through there and won again. But that doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. Economy-wise, Terran is actually in the lead. Beauty of this fast 3cc versus this somewhat delayed hatchery over here. Lair is about to finish up. We'll see what his decision is there. It's likely going to be for mutas. That's what I have got to assume. He does have his gases taken on all of these bases except for his brand new one over here. Baneling's moving over here. Yeah, there is the Spire. Pneumatized, armor upgrade. Technically, if he busted into this right when the Stimpack was making, it would be the biggest win. That would be such an amazing catch. But it'll be finished in about 20 seconds, and I don't think he's going to have the chance to. It would have been hilarious, though. Not too sure what all these units are doing over here. Might be looking to try to intercept some sort of run around with some Marines. But it is putting him slightly out of position for defending that. The Overlord has speed, so it'll actually be able to scoot out of there. Thought he might be trying to run in there and burrow a unit really quickly. It'd been hilarious. I'll say these Marines are in the perfect spot. TLO, I think, really wanted to try to deny this third base once again. That seems to be Bomber's MO. But with the tank on the high ground, these Marines nicely tucked into the back here, he should be just fine. Spire's about to finish up. Lots of gas banked up for TLO. Needs to get some minerals flowing so he can get out at least a chunk of mutas. Such a precarious game playing with the mutas there, though. It's risky. You just don't know if you're going to be able to get enough to make a difference. And Bomber's control, the fact that he is getting his upgrades moving along very nicely, makes it very difficult to do that. Drop coming on this side. There's no creep on this side. There's no static defenses. His units are slightly out of position. They're fast, but they're out of position. So we'll see what this drop can get done. Stim is finished. He sees it now. Units are coming into position here. A couple of mutas will drive that medevac back. He's not too worried about losing the Marines to the mutas. He is worried, though, about losing the medevac full of Marines. TLO, don't lose your stuff. Loses one muta there, fairly sheepishly. Now, he's got enough here to start making mutas. Lots of mutas, but, oh, there he goes. Supply just finally rocketed up to give him a little bit of extra space there. That muta count is just so important for being able to snipe down the Widow Mines, snipe off any of the medevacs, but I don't think there's any Widow Mines at all for our Terran player. No, he's actually just got a handful of tanks, just a sprinkling, and he's not making more now. Now he's transitioning to Widow Mines. I think these tanks are more just to make sure he can hold until he can get up into the right spot. Now he's going to start producing a lot of Widow Mines that he needs. +1 attack, +2 armor, about to wrap up, +1 attack for air. Another good chunk of mutas coming out. And there's opportunities to get some damage in. That SCV was flipping out. Got us stuck in here behind this. That SCV is tripping on PCP. Overlord's in good positions. It's the beauty of having a little bit of extra supplies. You can use those Overlords just to let you know. What you don't really want to do is get caught with your pants down as a Zerg player. Good chunk of Marines. He doesn't have his +2 armor started there. He might have missed that. A lot of the times when you're any type of player, you come back, you'll highlight both of your upgrading facilities. Yeah. Oh no, he's got it after his building armor. How weird is that? He's breaking down his own rocks. Isn't that cute? He's morphing banelings right in front of the rocks. That's kind of funny as well. Won't be able to get that upgrade. I'm just going to be able to repair it in the nick of time. Not a giant pile of mutas, but it's enough to be a hazard. It's enough that if you don't pay attention to it, you can get into a lot of damage. Ooh, there's even more down here. I'm surprised he's worried about breaking down his own rocks. Oh, jeez. Tried to get a tank. Got really, really rolled there. A lot of his mutas did go down to that. He really wants to try to pick off these tech units, but he lost a lot of mutas. Bomber is maxed out in a blink of an eye. TLO slightly behind him here. Big sweep in from both sides. There's no Marauders in this army, so it's nothing to tank the Banelings, but all the Banelings are gone. Widow Mines do a good job. At least there's some stack defenses here. They'll buy him a moment of time. Oh, 2 Banelings just squeezed through. Does he have any... Doesn't have any Overseers over here, though. Overlords running into their death. Looks like there's some bad rally point stuff going on right now from TLO. Either that or he's trying to trigger Widow Mines. Both is acceptable. Finally getting some Marauders in here. Mostly there to just tank any of the shots from the Banelings. Pretty good Baneling hits there. Banelings, still got a lot of them left. There's his vision. Doesn't really want to waste Banelings on those if he doesn't have to. This is a pretty tense little spot here. Banelings weren't on the best movement position. He's gonna try to fight with his mutas and they're all gonna die. Both Banelings get knocked down. TLO's forced to fight with his mutas and he really doesn't want to do that. 2-2 bio is just going to cream all of that. And this is that stride that TLO didn't want to let Bomber get into. Just as great in micro control, multitasking across the map, maxing out really fast, upgrades in the lead. He will clean up that drop, just barely. But on this side, he's getting attacked on this other flank, and there's nothing here to defend. No Banelings right now. Nope, there's a couple. Let's even get the best Baneling hits in the world here. Oh, not bad Baneling hits. Widow Mines in position now. A lot of Widow Mines in position. TLO's kind of struggling right now. He can't really get his supply up. He's not trading super cost effectively. Marauders mixed in with these armies, so critical. Banelings trying to run past the Marauders. Nice control from Bomber. All the Banelings get used up. Ooh, nice detonation there. I didn't even see the burrowed Baneling. Oh, big Widow Mine hits on the Mutaflock. This bio army's fairly beat up. Medevac's getting pretty used. Not a lot of energy left on those. But Bomber's still staying really close to maxed. TLO is struggling. He lost his base down here. He lost this base here. He's down to 2 mining bases. And essentially, they're getting mined out pretty fast. The unfortunate thing for TLO is he's not really been in a position to put on any counter-aggression. He's barely been able to keep a Mutaflock number up. He's lost so many. Well, he's actually back to a decent number now. It's not bad. Trying not to lose his Banelings on the Marauders. Loses a lot of his Banelings to do so. Oh, just about gets the sick burrow. Doesn't quite. Bomber learned his lessons from playing against Scarlet. Lots of Banelings being morphed here. Kinda gotta do a bit of a trade-off as a Zerg player. Do I want more Mutas or want more Banelings? Just runs into the Marauders there. Lost all of his Banelings. That's probably gonna be GG in the next couple seconds. Was not able to get in the hits that he wants. Must be thinking there's another base down here, but there is not. Be a little confused to see that he's further ahead than he thought he was. Yes, cider. Doom drop. Oh, this could be sick. Oh no, he just missed it. Whoa! Eat poop! Alright, hang on a second. Hang on a second. We're gonna slow that down. That was sick. Look at all the banelings, all these widow mines here. They're all gonna burrow. Oh, they shot down all the medevacs that had units in them. That's so crappy for Bomber. Holy crap. Not saying that necessarily evened out the game, because Bomber's actually got an economy. That was ridiculous, though. He lost like 60 supply in a blink of an eye. And that rhymes, so you know it's a fact. Well, he's back up to 3 bases at least. Bomber's essentially down on 2. This base is actually getting pretty mined up. This base is really well defended, though. As Bomber should. It's the only really critical base that's left for him. Nice burrow. Gotta be careful overstimming too many Marines there. He does not really have a lot of medevacs around for support. Do like that he has the sensor tower set up. You can see on the mini-map, giving him great vision of everything going on. 3-3 is finished up for the Terran, so sniping engineering base doesn't really matter as much anymore. It's actually going after supply depots instead of the actual workers. Probably could have got a handful there if he wanted to. Finds one of his mutas left around there. Scan, I think, revealed some of the burrowed banelings. Just a smidge of army running around here. Really weird. Yeah, he does not want to use his banelings. Oh, great widow mine hit there. More bad baneling hits on the marauders. That's what your mutas are for. Pretty good hits there. Bomber's still up by a ton of supply. Pretty good baneling hits there. TLO's taking like the best possible trades. Is he gonna keep it alive? Just. There's no vision. And there's a ton of widow mines here. Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna be so close. Just takes them out in time. How's this game this close? I thought TLO was losing for like an hour now. Another base is gonna go down here for Bomber. Overlord didn't quite get there in time to drop poop. Lots of creep over on this side as well, though. This base is bunkered up so huge. Look how oversaturated that is as well. Doesn't even need his gas. Floating over 1,000 extra gas right now. Bomber's doing what he can. Oh no, hit the workers. Look how badly beat up they are. Oh no, TLO. Oh, he just lost that. I know I've said that he's lost this game a couple times already. But that's the needle right there. He lost all of his... As soon as you lose your mutaflock like that, you're just toast. That's too bad. TLO was clawing his way back into SeKo Starcraft. We're going on to game number 5. Don't miss it.